It started out like a movie scene, something straight out of a magazine. I crossed my fingers you'd come to me, then all of a sudden it became reality. Don't care about no gold, no one else to hit my phone up. None of that pretentious life. No, 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 don't need no pills to get high. There's no doubt in my mind, your love, it is all that I need. To hit my phone up, none of that pretentious life. No, 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 don't need no pills to get high. There's no doubt in my mind, your love, it is all that I need.
The only place the past can live is in your memory, and the only power it has over you is the power that you give it. So right now, start living in the now, and looking forward to the future. It's all good. You can do it. Let's live in the now. Let's do our yogurt now. Let's do our yogurt now. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. Let's come on up to standing, and let's start our practice. Bottom of the screen says, do what's right in your body. Never hurt. If it hurts, don't do it. It's not meant for you. Don't do it. This is a 1 hour long practice today. 1 hour long practice where we're going to work on flexibility and mobility. Just do what you can. Lock in a stress number in your head on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you right now? How stressed are you? What's going on? Lock that number in and let's start. We like to do a confidence pose to begin. Feet spread a little wider than your hips, hands to your hips. Take a big breath in, chest is open. Just start to breathe. Big breath in through your nose. Big breath out through your mouth. Start to breathe. Start to breathe that way. Be aware of your breath. Let's come on up onto the balls of the feet and then down onto the heels. Kind of rock a little bit. Onto the balls of the feet and come on down to your heels. Rock back and forth. Maybe have a chair nearby. A chair is always a good prop. Have that there for your balance. Just start to awaken your feet, your foundation. Remember, it's your body, it's your practice. Life is hard enough, isn't it? Life is hard enough. Your yoga shouldn't be. Ease off the pressure on yourself. Ease off of the expectation. let it go, right? Just do what you can and have some fun. All right, take a big breath in. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Breathe in through the nose and sigh it out. As you're holding onto your hips, kind of push them down a little bit so you're nice and strong, nice and tall, nice and secure in your confidence stance. All right. Are you rocking on your feet a little bit today? Just give it a go. Something different. Every day is different. Every day we practice differently. All of our practices are different. Check them out. Do what you can and have fun. All right, plant your feet on your mat. Ankles are awake, calves are feeling it. Life is good. Lift your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. And bend your elbows if you want. And start to sway from side to side in what's called your palm tree pose. So sway like a palm tree. Wake up your spine by moving it sideways. That's what we're doing. You know, maybe you bend pretty far to one side and take it to the other. Or maybe not so far at all. It's all good. It's all good and it's all working. The biggest, most difficult part of your yoga practice is showing up. You got to show up. You got to be consistent. Isn't that the truth? We all know that. You just got to do, and you got to do it consistently. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let it go. All right, let's take our hands, bring them to your low back. Let's do a baby back bend. Push your chest forward. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Look up, up, up to the sky. Breathe. Move your spine in this way. Exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, let your hands hang toward the earth. No stress here. Take the stress out of your knees. Put a little bendiness in them. Let your head hang heavy as you look to your knees or up towards your belly. No stress. Don't stress over it. How does it look? All of us, our poses are going to look different because all of our bodies are different. Wiggle your knees a little bit. Maybe close your eyes. Challenge your balance a little bit. You know what you need. Take it. Sigh it out. Let it go. Inhale. Think of your spine as little Lego blocks. Stack them up, one on top of the other until you come back up to standing. Bring your chin away from your chest last. All right, so we've moved our spine this way and that way, forward and back. Let's come on up to standing and let's do arm circles. So just circle your arms. Tee them out. Circle them. Draw little circles with your fingers on your side walls. Okay, here's a word to think about today as you do this. Put a bend in your knees too. All right, the word you're going to think about today is breathe. Breathe. Breathing means to control the incoming and the outgoing breath. You have a lot of power in your breath. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Just remember to breathe. Breathe through your situations. Breathe through your stressors. Take deep breaths, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes too. All right, take your arm circles in the other direction. All right, as you breathe, deep breaths in, deep breaths out, calms your body. Maybe bend in the knees, little arm circles, breathe. We're going to do a broken wing pose today. No, we're going to do thread the needle pose today. We haven't done that for a while. It'll get into your shoulders. How are your knees? Bend them. They like it when you bend them. You just got to do the habit of moving the legs, moving the arms, moving the body. Finish up. Tee out your arms. Lift your chest high up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften in the shoulders as you exhale. Now with your hands, let them float down by your sides. Let's do that big coat swing. A controlled twist. Gaze over one shoulder, then the other. Let your arms hang heavy and breathe. And again, close your eyes maybe. That'll challenge your balance a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Look over your shoulder and feel the twist. Feel the twist. Oh, movement just feels good. So why is it so hard to do it? That's kind of the eternal question. Why do we sit on our sofas so much? Get up and move. You'll feel better. All right, nice controlled twist here. Eyes opened or closed, whatever you like. Come back to the midline of your body, ragdoll time. This feels so good on your low back. Remember this one. Do this as homework. Tee out your feet. Tee out, not tee out. Bring your feet, toe heel your feet out. I dream of genie arms, hinge forward, little bend in your knees, feels great. Look back to your knees or your belly button. Feel the decompression in your entire spine, but especially in your low back. Wiggle your hips like your puppy dog wagging its tail. Wiggle your hips, and then start to sway your elbows. One elbow back toward your knee, and the other elbow back toward the other knee. Eyes can be opened or closed. Whatever challenges you the way you want to be challenged today. All right, feel what you feel here. Take a moment. Feel what you feel. Feel the stretch in your low back. Feel finding length and space in your low back. Let it feel wonderful. Do this several times today. When you're feeling stress and tension and you've been sitting a long time, take a moment to do your ragdoll pose. Finish up, come back to the midline of the body, release your fingers to the mat, bend your knees, and come on down to a child's pose. Knees can be together, and here's an opportunity to use your yoga blocks. Yoga blocks aren't expensive, buy them. You can get them online, you can get them at Walmart. All right, knees together, big toes touching, hips can sink back to your heels, arms can be down by your sides, palms face up, shoulders away from the ears. Your head can rest on a block if you like, if that's more comfortable. Breathe in, breathe out. That's a classic child's pose. You could also not use the block. That's fine too. You want to find length in your neck by thinking of the crown of your head going to the top of your mat. Classic child's pose. An option is an extended child's pose. That would be spreading your knees wide, big toes are still touching, hips go back to your heels, arms reach to the top of your mat, and you can put the block under your forehead here too if you want. Breathe in, breathe out, sigh it out, let it go, sighing it out audibly through your mouth. Alleviates stress, helps you relax. It's your breath, the power is in your breath. You know, when we're nervous or scared, we breathe shallowly. In our yoga, we want to find peace in our bodies. So we take deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Here's another way to control your breath, your breathing, the breath in and out. Close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. If that feels right for you today, try that. I'm in an extended child's pose, reaching my fingers long to the top of the mat. So I'm getting some stretch here in my arms and shoulders as well. I'm going to now bend my elbows, bring my palms together to touch, and put my hands as if they were in prayer behind my neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the nice stretch in your triceps, in your arms, in your armpits. Breathe in. Breathe out, be aware of your breath. Stay here in your child's pose if you like. Any pose that we're doing, if you really like it and it's feeling really good and you're feeling the magic happen, stay in it. Nothing says you have to do all the poses. Nothing says you have to take them to their fullest extent. Maybe you take a pose to 5%. It's all good. Showing up and doing is the best. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe out, think of your tailbone going back to the bottom of your mat. Let's start to come out of this pose if you like. I'm going to slide my arms so they're under my shoulders. I'm going to come on up and take a toes pose. All right, so knees together underneath the hips. Tuck the toes underneath. Take your block and have a seat on it. All right, this is an intense pose, isn't it? All right, so this is your toes pose. We do this one a lot. It's working the foundation, your feet, stretching out the feet. Your feet need to be flexible, your ankles need to be mobile. We got the ankles going when we did our confidence stance coming up on the toes. Now we're working more into the feet. Pretty intense, isn't it? If it hurts, don't take it so much. Back out of it, hinge forward a little bit, take the weight off of the toes. If it's just uncomfortable, you've done more uncomfortable things before. You can do this. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now your hands can be in a variety of places, wherever you want them to be. Maybe you just want to rest the hands on your thighs, letting your shoulders be down. Maybe you want to bring your hands to prayer center and hold on here and tell yourself something positive in your mind, like I am strong, I'm flexible, I'm improving, I'm doing better, or I'm living in the now. I can do it. Don't think about what you couldn't do. Oh, I can't do that. Never been able to. Let it go. This is now. You can do it. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to do something else for my shoulders. I'm going to bring my hands behind my low back. Bending the elbows, working my hands toward opposite elbow creases. So I'm opening up through the chest. I feel it there. I'm softening in my shoulders, away from my ears. My mind is off on my feet. Breathe in, breathe out. You've got it. You've got it. Just soften. Easy to say just, right? Just soften. Try to get into the pose. Try to let the body go, get the mind out of the way, and just try to be here in the present moment. All right, now let's do an ankle pose. If you're ready, bring your hands back to the front. I'm going to wiggle my wrists just a little bit. I'm going to remove this block from behind my feet. I'm going to bring the tops of my feet onto the mat, and I'm going to sit on back onto my heels. You can use your blocks here to press into them and rock on up to a position where all the weight is on the tops of your feet. No blocks, you can bring your hands down by your sides, shoulders back and down. Let your knees come up. Keep them together, but let them come up off of your mat as you stretch out your ankles. Don't move in this way very often, do we? But you want to get that full range of motion going in the ankles. Breathe. That's why we circle our ankles a lot too when we're reclined on our backs. We circle them this way and that. You want to keep that mobility in your feet going. All right, I hope this feels good for you. Take it back as far as it does feel good. And then let's get ready to come out of it. Let's just be kind and gentle to our feet by coming to a neutral tabletop, lifting your feet up off of your mat, squeeze and scrunch your toes, circle your ankles. Do that, circle them in one direction and then circle them in the other direction, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Neutral tabletop here. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Lengthen through your spine. Push into the earth with your four limbs. Your back is nice and flat. Don't you just feel really strong and powerful here? Exhale the air out of your lungs. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your belly button towards your spine. Arch your back to the sky. Cat pose. Inhale. Cow pose. Crown of the head lifts and tailbone lifts. Do several cat-cows. It's important to do it to your breath, and you just kind of do it right because it just feels right. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Crown of the head, tailbone lift. Crown of the head and tailbone tuck. Move your spine gently, curving it like the letter C. Forward and backward. There's your cat-cow. You've also worked your neck. You've tucked your tailbone under. Your spine is loving it. All right, thread the needle pose. All right, for thread the needle, we'll start with the right arm. Take your right arm, lift it up to the sky, twist in your whole torso, and look up towards your hands. Maybe you can look to your hand, maybe not quite. That's okay. Twist, look up, exhale. As you exhale, bring the arm down. Right arm is going to, like thread going through a needle. Right arm goes underneath the left arm. Hips go back. Adjust your knees, so it's comfortable. Left arm reaches tall to the top of your mat. Right arm reaches through underneath your chest. Bring your right shoulder down to the mat, or use your block to bring the ground up to you. Your bottom is lifted to the sky. Left arm is reaching to the top of the mat. Right arm is reaching strong to the left side of your room. Shoulder is down. Your right cheek, the right side of your head is down on your mat too. Breathe. And if you can't quite get there, use the block. Or, if you can't quite get there, that's okay. Just reach. Reach. It'll come in time. Just show up. All right, let's unthread the needle. Slide the left arm back toward under the left shoulder. Take the right hand out. Send it back up to the sky again and twist and look up. Maybe you feel like you can twist a little more. Right arm down. Let's do it again on the other side. Left arm lifts. Look up to your left hand best you can. Thread the needle on this side. Left arm comes under. Right arm reaches tall. Left shoulder comes down. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Your breath is important. Stretch it out. Reach longer through your left fingertips. Reach farther to the right side of your room. Right hand reaches more to the top of the mat. Your thread the needle pose, your way. Let's come out of it. Slide the right hand back onto the right shoulder. Unthread the needle on the left side. Look up, up, up to the sky. How are you doing? And let's finish. Hand comes down. All right, it's time for a 1-minute plank. Okay, arms and shoulders are ready. Engage the core. We can do this. We set a 1-minute timer. It'll be on your screen. You don't have to do it for a minute. It's just for you. If you like little measurement criteria, and I do, to just measure your improvement each and every day. Just do what you can. If you want to disregard the timer, do that. Lots of ways to do your plank. Okay, if you want, you can take it on your back. We've talked about this before. To come on down to your back, send your hands up to the sky. You can put your blocks in them if you like. Tuck your shoulders back and down, and imagine you're in a plank. If you're standing, you can stand against a wall, press your hands into the wall, step your feet back, and just work the arms a little bit into the wall so you feel your core tighten. Here's another variation. You could just take a Sphinx pose. Come down to your belly, elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms pressed into your mat, gaze forward and hold on here. Breathe, feel the compression in your low back. I am going to do a low plank like this today, a dolphin plank. You could do a high plank if you like, if you're familiar with it. I'm gonna press into my hands. I'm gonna have my elbows underneath my shoulders, tuck the toes toward the shins, and press on up to a dolphin plank. Let's set the timer and go now. It's 1 minute. Hold on here. Feet hip-width distance apart. Forearms are pressed into the mat. Fingers spread wide. Do the pose that you like, the variation that you like, but just shake it up. Shake it up. We're into this by 15 seconds now. So shake it up and do the variation that you want to do today. Remember, variety is the spice of life. Try something different. And when you need to take a break, do that. Maybe you come down to your knees, take a breath or two, that ever powerful breath, and then get back in the game. We've got 20 seconds to go. Breathe, push the earth away. You're strong. You're stronger than you think. Give yourself credit here. Crown of the head lengthens to the front of the room, pushing hard into the mat. Everything you got's engaged for these last 5 seconds. You got it. Hold on. Breathe. We're done. Come on down. Maybe to your belly. Maybe this is where you stayed. I'm going to press on up, grab a seat, and grab a drink. All right. If nothing else, try to do your plank a little bit each day. It engages everything you got and helps you get stronger. We want to be flexible, we want to be mobile, but you got to be strong too. Let's do some other core stuff. Come on down to seated. And in this seated position, these are kind of our usual little core things that we do. So you'll get really good at them and you'll get familiar with them. And there's comfort in the familiar. You can use your strap if you want for the bicycle pose. I'm gonna start with Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Soles of my feet are gonna touch. Maybe hike your heels up closer to your groin. Maybe this is where you stay. You can hold on to your ankles. Breathe here, lengthen up. If you like it, stay here. I'm gonna bring my hands to prayer center. I'm gonna repeat my little mantra of I'm living in the now. Then I'm gonna come on back. Come on back, nice and slowly. You're in control, strong core, come all the way down to your mat. Heels hiked up to the groin, elbows bent, fingers lightly to the temples, elbows open wide. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm gonna sigh it out through my mouth, letting it go. All right, think of your low belly working here, although everything works together. Think of your low belly working as you lift up your shoulders as you exhale. Keep your elbows open wide, lift up toward the sky. You're looking up toward the sky. And then as you inhale, come on down. Exhale, up, inhale, down. Little teeny lifts. And you know what? Today, maybe you don't want to lift at all. You could stay down and just cactus your arms to open up more through the chest. But just try a little, 1 or 2 times or more, you decide. All right, those are your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Come on down to your mat. Bend your knees, bringing the soles of your feet to your mat. All right, so we can do our bicycle pose here. Keeping the soles of your feet on your mat, here's a variation. Peel your shoulders up like you did just a second ago, but this time work opposite elbows toward opposite knees. Breathe. Another variation, lift the feet up, knees over hips, toes drawn toward your shins. Maybe you ride a recumbent bike, drive through your heels. Ooh, you're working the core here, aren't you? Yes, legs are strong, core is strong, you're moving. Maybe add them together, peel the shoulders up, work opposite elbow toward opposite knee as you pedal your recumbent bike. Breathe. Straighten your legs if you like, and scissor kick them. That's another fine option. When you're ready, finish. Legs go long, stick pose, fingers reach long to the top of your mat, and toes point to the bottom of your mat. Stretch it out. Breathe. All right, let's do boat pose, Navasana. Bend your knees, bring your hands behind your knees, or if you want to use that strap, take the center of the strap and bring it beneath your feet. When you're ready, send your legs long, hug the strap in by your sides. When you're ready, work yourself on up to a seated position. So pulling that strap maybe, or holding the backs of the knees, rock on up to a seated position. Breathe. A little bend in your knees feels good. Shoulders back and down. Breathe. Find your balance as if you were seated in a recliner. So find your balance here. Maybe you've decided to keep your feet on the ground. It's all good. Maybe one foot lifts or the other. Maybe release your hands or pull that strap and lean back even more. Arms can be a little counterbalance, reaching towards your feet or up toward the sky or further back. Find your balance. Bend your knees, hands to prayer center, soles of the feet come down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hug your knees in. Hug your heels towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, hollow out your belly so you can create more space to bring your chest to your thighs. Maybe bring your chin down toward your knees. Press the weight into your toes. And find balance here. You don't have to. Maybe you're just gently hugging the knees in, introducing them to your new yoga practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your feet on down. Let's do a lunge. All right, into the hips we go. Bring your blocks by your sides. Come to standing on your knees. Right foot forward. We do this a lot because lunges are so important. You know, you're working from the ground up. You're working the big muscles. You want power in the legs. You want power in the glutes. You want mobility in the hips, right? This is a pose that'll give it to us. All right, right knee over right ankle. Use the blocks, press into them. Send your left leg super long on your mat. So, how is this for your knees? Maybe put a towel under your knees if that feels better. All right, press into the blocks. You want to feel a big, good stretch in your left front of your hip. Shoulders, maybe they come back over your hips or maybe not. Maybe you hold on to these blocks and find length. Don't be discouraged. Why would you think discouraging thoughts? Don't think, oh, I can't do it, I quit, it's too hard. Nope, you make it work for you. Stay here if this feels right. Maybe bring the shoulders up over the hips. How can you ever improve if you don't try? Breathe. You will feel better. The stress number we took in the beginning, we're going to take it again, so you'll see what I mean. And you're going to feel that every day. And you're going to feel it better and better every day if you keep coming back. Maybe lift your arms up to the sky. Maybe take a baby back bend. Maybe come back, shoulders over the hips. Breathe. Maybe reach forward with parallel arms. Reach forward, feel the stretch in the hip. Maybe now let's kind of surf a little bit. Straighten the right knee, sending your hips back, and bend the right knee again. Use the blocks if you want, if that gives you the confidence that you need to do this pose. Maybe go all the way back so your bottom sits on your heel. Maybe send the blocks aside. Maybe bring your hands to prayer center. Don't feel that you have to do it all, right? Inhale, come on back up, and let there be length in that back leg. Let there be length. Breathe. Surf it out. However feels right for you. Maybe it's not very far at all. Maybe you're holding those blocks and just kind of moving that right leg a little bit. Do you believe it's good? It is good. All right, let's finish. Right knee meets left, left foot comes forward. Right leg's opportunity to go long here, top of your right foot on the mat. Feel the goodness in the right hip. Adjust with the blocks, adjust the shoulder to however feels good for you. I'm gonna bring my shoulders more over my hips. I'm gonna press my back foot, my right foot, the top of it into the mat. Breathe, maybe arms lift, or maybe not. Look up, take a little back bend. Maybe hands to prayer center, hang out here. Maybe reach parallel arms to the front of your room. It's okay to let the left knee come over the ankle here. Reach, stretch, feel length in your right hip. Maybe hands to the blocks, and you start to surf a little bit, or a lot. Maybe you keep the blocks where they are and pressing your hands into them, or maybe you decide to walk them back with you as you send your bottom towards your heel. And don't say, oh, I can't do that. Get the don't out of your vocabulary. Maybe I can't do that yet, but I'm going to keep coming back and keep trying, and I will be able to do it. Mobility is important. You know it. Don't give up. Don't quit. Why would you quit? Don't quit. All right, let's finish. Come on back. Let's bring our knees together. Take a big breath in. Let's do downward facing dog, and a big breath out. Here's how you do a down dog. If you want to do it pressed up against a wall, do it like you did your plank. Stretch it out. Reach toward the wall. So you can imagine the mat as the wall if you want. I'm going to bring my hands down to my mat. I'm going to tuck my toes towards my shins. I'm going to straighten my legs and send my hips high. Nice stretch here in your downward facing dog. So a couple points to make. Feet should be hip width distance apart. Heels slightly elevated so we can get back into the feet in just a moment. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Fingers spread wide. Push hard into your mat with your hands. Tailbone, send it higher to the sky. Have your body look like an upside down letter V. Start to pedal your heels toward the earth. Stretch out your calves. Shake your neck. Let your head hang heavy. No tension in the neck. Don't hold on to the neck. Shake it. Move it. Bend your knees. Pedal it out. Then finish. Still your heels. Push hard into the earth. Breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. You're in control. When you're ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands, or walk your hands back to meet your feet. You're folded forward here. Let's take advantage of this forward fold. Hands to calves. Fold forward a little bit more. Hollow out your belly. Pull. Finish. Release your hands. Come on up to a standing position. Remember Lego blocks? Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. All right, let's do You Will Look Taller. If you're near the wall, you can stand against the wall. Wall makes it harder. Push your bottom into the wall and do these poses, these 4 poses on the wall. I'm going to bring my legs and feet together, lifting the arms to a letter Y shape. If you're against the wall, press the backs of your hands into the wall, and oh my gosh, that wall's farther back than you think. All right, I'm not on the wall today. I'm going to press my hands toward the back of the room. What am I feeling here? All right, in the chest. I feel opening here because this pose is great for your standing posture. Legs are together, strong foundation, backs of the hands against the wall maybe. Big letter Y for You Will Look Taller. Now let's do a W with our arms, elbows down. Again, press the backs of the hands to the wall. Spine feels strong here, and it is. Nourish the spine. Breathe, big breath in, big breath out. 2 L's in the arms. Hug the elbows in. You will look. Here's the L. Chest is open. Tee out your arms. Pulse your hands to the back of the room. Or maybe press them hard into the wall. You will look taller. Here's the letter T. Let's do it again. You will look. T for taller. Pulse. Let's do it again. You will look. T for taller. Pulse. Take a break. Take a moment. Let your arms float down by your sides. Maybe close your eyes. With each inhale, lengthen up. With each exhale, soften your shoulders. Feel how strong you feel in your standing posture. So many of us have this kind of posture where we roll the shoulders in and keep our heads down. Not us. We're going to send our shoulders back, arms down, chest is lifted. Have that confidence pose. Breathe in, breathe out. It really feels exaggerated. If you walk this way, you really feel like you're exaggerating the arrogance, perhaps. But nope, you have good posture, makes you look younger, and it feels better, and everything is in line. Everything is aligned, so your body functions better. Don't you feel good? You will look taller. Remember that one. All right, let's do some balancing. All right. Maybe your chair or countertop is nearby. We're going to combine a couple poses that you know. All right, one-legged mountain. Root into your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Bring your knee to about hip height. I'm going to turn so you can see it. Knee to about hip height. The toes of your left foot, draw them towards your shin. Root into your right leg, a little softness in the knee. This is almost your one-legged mountain. Let's lift the arms up. So think Tadasana, mountain pose, arms lifted, but you're doing it on one leg. Hold it here, find your balance. We're going to now go into a warrior three pose. You've done this one. You could have your hand on a chair. Don't sweat it. Lengthen up, and then when you're ready, send the left leg back, reach through your arms, reach long with parallel arms to the front of your room. The left leg climbs up the back wall. Try to create a letter T here in your body. Finish, bring the left leg around, back to your one-legged mountain. So we've gone one-legged mountain to warrior three, one-legged mountain. Now let's end in tree. Hands to prayer center. Right knee or left knee, send it to the side of the room. Bring the sole of the foot into the calf, or maybe you kickstand it on the ground. Just don't put the foot onto the knee. Maybe you choose to take your hand and bring the foot higher up. Find your balance. Bring the foot higher up, pressing the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. Breathe, lengthen up. Now grow your branches. Sway the arms. Look forward, maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. You've been balancing a lot on this right foot. Good on you. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot. Most excellent. A lot of balance. Let's do it again. All right. So we're going to root into the opposite leg. I guess that'll be the left leg, right? One-legged mountain. Lift your arms up. Breathe. Find length. Let your other leg, the right leg, lift. Draw the toes toward the shin. Breathe. Knee at about hip height. Hold on here. Maybe you're holding onto your chair. That's fine. Your foot is strong. The foundational foot, the left foot, it's strong. Feel the entire foot on the mat. One-legged mountain. One-legged mountain. Warrior three. Right leg goes back. Parallel arms reach to the front. Lift that leg up. Little softness in the foundational knee. Reach, stretch, lengthen. Back slowly, keeping your balance to your one-legged mountain. Lengthen, breathe, and now it is time to end in tree. Your hands to prayer center. Send the right knee to the side of the room. Root through your left foot, push the foot into the leg into the foot. Hold on here, find your balance. Maybe scoot the foot up if you like or not. Foot into leg into foot. Perhaps the branches of the tree grow and sway. Good challenge. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the feet together on the mat. Nice job. That's intense. That was a lot of balancing on one leg, but you can do it. You can do it. Keep at it, and if you fall out, who cares? Get right back in. Hands together, lengthen up. Soften in the shoulders. Let's do chair pose. Big good pose for your thighs. All right, bend in the knees. Bend in the knees, sink the weight back into your heels like you're sitting in a little chair. Today, let's do a winged bird. Hands to your knees. Squeeze your elbows toward the back of the room and look forward. Maybe pop on up to the balls of your feet. Always fine to have your chair or countertop nearby. Hold it here, sink low. Bring your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows back, and hold. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. You're in control. Deep breaths. You're in control. You're strong. Maybe you've decided to not be on the balls of your feet, and you bring your heels down. That's fine. Breathe. Hold it. Maybe sink a little lower. Hold it. Let's finish. Heels come down. Fold forward. Remember this? Just fold forward. Let your hands hang toward the earth. Little bend in your knees. Look back to your knees. Look back to your belly button. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend your knees a lot and come on down to your mat. As you come down to your mat, let's take a seated forward fold. Sit on your bottom. Now wiggle your bottom a little bit so you can feel those sits bones in your bottom on the mat. Toes up toward the sky. Arms lift high to the sky. Lengthen up. Exhale, reach forward. She thinks we're done. We're not done. All right, reach forward. Reach forward, gaze forward. Feel this in your low back. How do you feel? Remember how you felt in Ragdoll? Does this feel similar? I don't know. It kind of does for me, but just be aware of your body. Don't do the poses just to do them. Think about how it feels in your body. Capture your feet, your calves, your ankles, whatever feels good. Keep your elbows hugged in. And then take a restorative forward fold. Gaze toward your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Finish up. Shoulders over your hips. Let's come down to our bellies. All right. Back into the spine again. Let's come on down to your belly. And let's do a cobra pose. Legs are long. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Big toes are touching. Bring your elbow underneath your shoulder. Gaze forward, Sphinx pose. Maybe this was an option you took for your plank pose today. So here's your Sphinx. Let's take it to a cobra. Bring your gaze down toward the center of your body. Slide your hands underneath your collarbones. So maybe your arms are like the fan of a cobra. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Gaze down your nose, but lift your neck up a little bit. Feel your shoulders, your chest lift. Feel strength in the low back here. Weight, little weight in the hands. Maybe you press on up to your fingertips. Maybe no weight at all in your hands. Maybe squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Then maybe think of squeezing your elbows down toward your heels. Finish. Hands come down. Gazes down on your mat, your nose, your chin. Send your arms long down by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. Flip your hands so your palms are down. So your pinkies are towards your hips, your thumbs are towards the edges of your mat. When you're ready, work your arms, which are straight, a little bit away from your body. We're going to an airplane pose. Maybe lift your legs up. Maybe peel your chest up. Maybe lift your arms. Feet are spread, legs are spread. Fly like an airplane as you balance on your hips. Fingers reach more toward the back of your room. Shoulders squeezed together, chest is lifted. Breathe. Finish. Come on down. Send your arms long to the top of the mat now. All right, so arms are reaching long like an extended child's pose, right? Head is down on your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's lift on up like Superman. So again, lift your legs. Maybe lift your arms, gaze towards your thumbs. Hips are lifted. Hold here in your Superman. Maybe kick your feet like a swimmer. Arms are going to move. Legs are moving. Nice job. Bring your hands underneath your collarbones. Press here into your arms straighten, seal pose. Soften in your glutes. They tend to tighten up when you do this. Soften in your glutes, just be mindful of the tension in your body. Let it go. Come on back up to a standing on your knees position. Little baby gentle camel. Bring your hands behind your low back. Press your hips forward. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Look forward. Chest is open. Remember how we did that winged bird position? And also in the beginning when we do our warm up, your confident stance, open up in the chest. Now look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe look overhead, pushing your hips forward. Little gentle baby camel. We'll do more of this tomorrow. Finish up, shoulders over your hips. Come down to your back. All right, work your way down to your back. Maybe grab a drink. Bring your eye shade and your towel up toward your shoulders. All right, let's slowly recline. Take it, you're in control. Lengthen up, hands to purse center, roll on down. Roll on down. Let's do a gentle little reclined pigeon. Bend your knees. Lift your right leg up, the outside of your right ankle. Bend your knee again and put the outside of the right ankle on your left thigh. Push the inner right thigh open. Lift your left foot up. Take your hands now. Lift your left knee up, work it towards your chest. Maybe you take your hands and you capture and interlace fingers behind your left knee. Breathe, shoulders are down. You could use your strap here. If your fingers can't quite interlace, you could use your towel as well. Hold it. Breathe. And if you want to get fancy, maybe take your hands, interlace your fingers underneath your knee, high on the shin, the front of the leg. Shoulders are down, hug it in. Let's circle the ankles. Play with your ankles. Move them. Get your mind off of being serious in this pose. Circle your ankles. Breathe. Place the left foot down. Place the right foot down. Let's do it again on the other side. Lift the left leg up outside of the left ankle onto the right knee. Press the inner left thigh open. Stay right here. Nothing wrong with staying just right here. You're still getting that great stretch. Maybe you take your hands or your towel. Interlace your fingers behind your knee or just pull that towel. So your hands are now on your hamstring. Shoulders are down, hug the leg in. Breathe. Plenty far to go. But if you want to go farther, interlace your fingers underneath the right knee, high on the shin. Play with your ankles here. Circle them out. Thank your feet for all they do. They're working when you're not even thinking about it. Squeeze, hug in, and finish. Left foot, right foot onto your mat. Arms down by your sides. Press your hips high to the sky. Bridge pose. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. You've got control there. We did a lot with the spine today. You're strong. So shoulder blades feel like they're tucked under your spine. Hands down by your sides. Hips are high and lifted. Press your feet into the mat. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your low back. Open up through your collarbones. Maybe press the pinkies into the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. You're strong. Hands come down by your sides. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Play with this. Think about it. One vertebra at a time. Take it slowly. Know your body. Think of your spine as like a pearl necklace, coming down one vertebra at a time, keeping your belly button tucked till you get the spine all the way down. And when you feel like the spine is all the way down, untuck your tailbone and let it come down to the mat too. So think back to cat-cow, how you tucked and released the tailbone. Kind of do the same thing here when you come out of your bridge. It feels really good and you deserve good feelings. All right, supine twist, left leg long onto your mat. Right leg bends. Interlace your fingers or use your towel to hug the right knee in. Left leg is long. Drive the heel to the bottom of the mat and plug the calf in. Hug the knee in, good and strong. Circle your ankles one way, then the other. Hug it in. You have a lot of mobility in your hips. Remember when we did that lunge and we surfed? You got mobility in your hips. You're strong. Supine twist. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body. Using the left hand on the outside of the right thigh, kind of just encourage the thigh down. Right shoulder, keep it down on your mat. Tee out the arm, it helps. Look to the right. Feel this big twist. Supine, lying down, twist. We did a big twist when we were standing. Remember when we did that big coat swing? That kind of warmed us up. And here we're taking it more intensely. All right, right hip comes down, knee goes back to the sky, interlaced fingers, hug the knee in again, circle the right ankle. Right leg goes long. We're going to repeat it on the other side. Right leg is long, calf on the mat, finding length in your right hip flexor. Draw the left knee in, interlaced fingers or towel hugs this left knee in. Shoulders are down, circle the ankle. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body. Hand encourages the knee toward the earth. Doesn't have to touch, doesn't have to come that far. But your left hip is stacked on your right. Nice twist here. Tee out your left arm and look to the left as best you can. Keep the left shoulder down. Feel what you feel. It's an intense twist. As you're ready, bring the left hip down. Interlaced fingers, hug the left knee in. Circle the ankle or the ankles. You know, every opportunity you have to move, take it. Hug the elbows in. Hug the knee in. Breathe. Release the left leg to meet the right. You're a strong core. You did planks. You did all those sit-ups and bicycles. Core is strong. Let it pull your heels up, up, up toward your bottom. Let your knees come up toward your armpits. Left hand hugs underneath the left knee. Right hand hugs underneath the right knee. So spread your legs here and draw your knees toward your armpits. Start to rock from side to side. Low back massage feels pretty nice. Rock a lot from side to side, because you're in control here. You got it. Come back to stillness at the midline of your body. Bring your hands inside your calves, your ankles, whatever you can reach. I'm going to take my hand, capture my heels, draw my toes towards my shins, shoulders down. Send one leg up to the sky, happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. You take it your way. One leg straightens, the other leg bends. You got it. It's not as hard as it looks, and it feels pretty good. First one's the hardest one, right? And then it gets more comfortable and easier, and you are finding mobility in your body. You need it. Release your hands from your feet. Send your legs on down. Let's come into a final Shavasana pose. Spread your feet a little bit. The eye shade or towel, which are near your shoulders, cover your eyes. Block out the light. It makes a huge difference. Try it. You'll like it. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, shoulders away from your ears. Eyes are closed. Arms are a little bit away from the body in your classic final Shavasana pose. Let your pinky toes fall toward the edges of the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Softness in your body. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften in your face, your cheeks, your ears. How do you soften your ears? Just imagine your ears are going back toward the mat. Softness in your forehead. No tension in your face. Past is the past. It cannot be repeated. The only place it lives is maybe in photographs or videos, and in your memory. But enjoy it for what it is, but just let it go. And don't be anxious about the future. What happens, happens. Let it unfold. But you enjoy the present. the here, the now. This breath. Big breath in. And a big slow breath out. Don't let anxiety about tomorrow rob you of the joy in today. Laugh, love, move, and enjoy right now. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. If you got your remote control handy, hit pause and enjoy your final Shavasana longer if you like. If it's time to finish up today and move on to do other things, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Don't forget, circle your ankles. On an inhale, reach high up overhead and take a big good morning stretch. Stretch it out. You can stretch. We did stick pose. We did extended mountain with a one-legged mountain with a warrior three. Oh my gosh, you can stretch it here. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, roll onto one hip or the other. Enjoy how that feels, rolling onto the hip. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Rest your head all the way to your head onto your arm. Let the other arm, shoulder be away from the ear and just relax. Savor this breath, savor this moment. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Be at peace. I think that I can confidently say that you are better equipped to move through your day because of the time you took on your mat for your yoga your way. Let's slowly float on up. Maybe you keep the eyes closed or open them up. Float on up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to prayer center and find length in that strong spine of yours. Big breath in and a big breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. You really did it. You should feel really proud. If you accomplished nothing else today, be happy for what you did. All right, stress number. What was it when you started and what is it now? A lot lower, isn't it? And that's a good thing. All right, learn from the past, live in the present, and have hope for the future. And I'm hopeful that you're going to come back because you're feeling good. Remember this feeling and come back and do your yoga tomorrow. So I forgot to say hi to everybody. Hello to those of you practicing live, to Tammy, to Tyrone, to Stan, to Lynn, to Betty, to Roger, to Kelly, to Esther, to Mary, to Tina, to Rena, to Colin, and all of you guys. Facebook, YouTube, tell your friends about us. Our yoga's free. Have fun, enjoy. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. My wish, my prayer for you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, you. Good on you. You completed the practice. Awesome job. Everybody likes to be praised. Everybody likes to be told good job. Let's focus on the goodness this month. Focus on the goodness of your yoga. Focus on the goodness of how it feels in your body. And share that goodness with your friends. Tell them about our yoga. Here you go. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Everybody can do it. So tell your friends about our yoga. You can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com if you'd like to support our broadcast. But the biggest thing is just show up and focus on the good. See you tomorrow.